It was very inspiring. It was very spiritual, very awakening. Something I'm gonna have to ponder when I get home, and like I gotta watch that again.
Well, first and foremost, I'm told he's a genius. I'm not super familiar with his music, but we were born 2 days apart, and so I've always meant to learn more about it. And tonight, this week, felt like the perfect time.
And knowing that he's from Birmingham, the context that holds with space is the place and the ideas that it's talking about, I found it fascinating for sure. And it's a real thinker. Like, I'm probably going to be thinking about this for a few days.
Well, the first day of the festival was amazing and stressful because it was the first day of the festival. We kicked things off with a showing of Space is the Place at Sidewalk Cinema. Sidewalk Cinema is our premier and only independent cinema here in Birmingham, Alabama, and an incredible facility which presents films throughout the year, but is a centerpiece of the Sidewalk Film Festival, which has been a cornerstone of filmmaking here in Birmingham for over 20 years. We love Sidewalk Cinema. I love Sidewalk Cinema. Again, they've been facing, funding cuts and have just been struggling recently, as lots of arts organizations have been. And so to be able to do that there and to bring that amount of people and that amount of money into their coffers was really, really important. We kicked things off with a showing of Space is the Place, and also showed some footage from Sunrise Memorial Service, which was presented by Southern Music Research Center and my friend Bergen Matthews. It was so cool. We sold out 2 of the theaters for Sidewalk Cinema, which I was a little surprised by. I just wasn't sure. The first night of a festival like that, the fact that we sold out Sidewalk was just an incredible feeling. And for people who had never seen Space is the Place, it's this great sort of sci-fi blaxploitation film that's really centered around Sun Ra and his personality and his cosmology. And this film was like sort of created around who he was. We also got to show a few minutes of Pablo and Guillaume's documentary, which is hopefully going to get finished here very, very soon. I know they're trying to bring it back to the States to show it. And then after that, we had an after party at House of Found Objects, which is run by a friend of mine named Faisal Valley, and one of my favorite bars in Birmingham. And he was kind enough to let us do an art performance there by the Sweet Wreath Collective, who are some friends of mine who do amazing work with music and publishing and visual art. And they actually created this incredible Sun Ra interactive map that sort of mapped out all the places that are important to him growing up here in Birmingham, which we had at a lot of the events. This is something they had put out on their own, but we wanted to incorporate into Sun Ra Day Festival, so we had that. But then they also did this performance with a band of theirs called Vernal Scuzz at House of Found Objects down in the Womb Room. And it was really cool. It was just an amazing vibe, and everybody really, really enjoyed that. We were able to honor a lot of different people with Southern Music Research Center and Pablo Guillaume, and we had some great posters that we were selling that were created by Courtney Lesueur and myself, as well as Tim Kerr, and we're selling that and selling some really cool merch to go along with it. And it was just a great kickoff event, and really set the tone for the rest of the festival. And that was sort of it. It was just sort of 2 events that day, and then we wrapped up and went home for the night and got ready for the big day on May 22nd.